and welcome back to my channel. My name is Caroline and today we are going to talk about why I decided to no longer drink alcohol. Oh, this is alcohol-free sparkling rosé. So I have not been drinking alcohol for 3 years. Yeah, in December, 3 years. And there is a really good reason why I decided not to do that anymore. As some of you might know, I got my Crohn's diagnosis when I was 22, and then when I was 30, I had depression and anxiety, and I was also diagnosed with ADD. After I got these diagnoses, I started taking antidepressants and ADD medicine, and obviously these are medicines that works in the brain because, you know, it's the brain that's the problem. So I just decided that I couldn't really defend drinking alcohol anymore. I was, and still am, taking so much medicine that I just don't feel like I can put any more poison in my body. Because medicine, yes, it helps us, but it is something that goes in and affects our bodies, and it has side effects, as you probably know. And alcohol is the same thing, right? Alcohol just doesn't, keep me alive. It's strictly poison. So I decided that I had to quit drinking. I know my ADD medicine as well. It says that, you're actually not supposed to drink alcohol with it because it's a really bad combination. I haven't been drinking alcohol in 3 years, and I have to say it's actually been a really, really good decision for me. I found some alcohol-free sparkling wines in my local store. This is a rosé. It's also in Chardonnay, and it's made on apples, so it's kind of soury, and it's really, really good. So, and I think there's 0.5% alcohol in it or something like that. So I drink this instead, just whenever I feel like, I don't know, looking sophisticated. As you probably know, alcohol has an effect on many parts of the body. Alcohol affects the central nervous system, which means it slows down the function of the brain, and we have all seen drunk people with slow brain function, I assume. And honestly, I don't need anything to slow down my brain. I mean, I already suffer a lot from brain fog, and I don't need the brain to work slower. I really don't. It's just I don't need that, and I don't need to have bad judgment. It's not a good thing for me. As you might know, it also affects blood pressure. It can increase the blood pressure, obviously, while you're drinking it. It can also damage the liver. It can damage the kidneys. And to be honest with you, I don't have any problems in these organs in my body, but I just don't think my body's already fighting so hard to keep me alive. I don't need to give it an extra challenge by drinking alcohol. I mean, my bowel and my brain is already poof. So I don't need any other organs to go that way. I don't know, the body is just working so hard. I don't need to add to that hard work. Alcohol can also affect the digestive system, and some of you might have experienced drinking alcohol and getting diarrhea, for example. And I'm just saying, as someone with a bowel disease, I get diarrhea if I drink alcohol. I mean, my bowel is working enough as it is, and I don't need to get diarrhea often, more than I do. And because I have my Crohn's disease, which is an autoimmune disease, I am on immune suppressive medicines. And alcohol also suppresses the immune system. And So for me, that's a bad combination. Taking something that suppresses your immune system and then drinking something that does the same is just a really bad combination. I already need to be careful with not getting too many infections and stuff like that. So I mean, my immune system is already being suppressed. I don't need any more immune suppression. Alcohol also has an effect on you psychologically. And of course, this is mostly when you drink a lot of it and you do it often and everything. But personally, I have experienced drinking alcohol and getting super depressed. I mean, I can't remember the numbers of times where I have been out with friends and gotten drunk and then came home and then I've been really, really upset and really, really sad afterwards and cried myself to sleep. It really brought out something sad in me. Not while I was out with my friends and stuff. It was more when I came home and I was alone. And which makes a lot of sense. Not everybody becomes sad by drinking alcohol, but it makes sense that I do, because I have my ADD and I've probably had multiple depressions in my life without knowing it. And so it makes a lot of sense that would be an effect on me, that alcohol makes me feel really depressed and sad. And I don't need to feel that. I'm fighting enough as it is to just stay above being sad and trying to be positive and all that. So I don't really need that. I am so sorry. My budgies are so annoying right now. Cheers. So that was just a few short facts about the effect of alcohol. I'm not going to go too scientifically into it. That's not what this video is about. So has not drinking alcohol done anything for me? I would say yes. I don't miss drinking alcohol. One thing that really surprised me was when I started to take my ADD medicine, I stopped. I took a decision. I made a decision to not drink alcohol. But then when I started my ADD treatment, I also realized I don't need it. Like, I don't want it. I have no need, no desire whatsoever to drink. And I think it's a little bit scary because it tells me that the reason I probably, when I did go out, always end up at least getting tipsy, it was probably because of my ADD. Because the thing is, alcohol, like we talked about, slows down the brain. So my brain has been more quiet and more comfortable to be in, so to speak, when I did drink alcohol, because I wasn't being treated for ADD. So it seems like that was my motivation for ever drinking alcohol. It was to calm the brain. It's actually pretty common that people with ADD and ADHD are high risk of becoming abusive of alcohol and other illegal drugs. And because it slows down the brain and it makes you feel better in the brain than when you're not drinking alcohol, not doing drugs. But then when I started my treatment, and my treatment was what slowed down my brain and have it more stable, then I just don't have the need anymore. That's actually a little bit scary, but also really, really good. So I haven't missed drinking alcohol whatsoever. I will also say that my overall well-being in my body is of course not perfect, because I am sick. I do take a lot of medicine, but it's clear to me that alcohol was not doing anything good. It disturbs so much, like sleep, for example. Alcohol makes you sleep horribly. So if I would go out Saturday and drink alcohol, I would not be able to sleep, and I would have a really, really rough Sunday where I still couldn't sleep, and it would just affect me for the whole next week because of that interrupted sleep, that interrupted rest. And because I don't drink anymore, if I do go out, I don't do that as much anymore, but if I do go out on a Saturday night, I will be tired Sunday, because I have chronic illness. It takes a toll on me, but not in the same I can't rest way, where I haven't been able to sleep. And I might take the Sunday to just not do anything, but then I am actually pretty good on Monday. So it just seems to me that it was doing nothing good for me. And it also seems to me that the only reason I ever drank alcohol was because of my ADD. I just didn't know. Yeah, I don't know. There's just no reason for me to drink it, right? So everyone, that was today's video. I hope you really enjoyed it. And I hope it inspired you to maybe cut back on alcohol or stop drinking alcohol altogether. I can really recommend it. It is really good. You will feel it very fast that it's really good for your body. Especially if you have mental illness, I would say don't drink alcohol. But of course, if it works for you to have a couple of glasses of wine now and then, and because you get drunk for New Year's, you know what I mean? Like, and that works for you, then there's nothing wrong with that. It's just my experience and I wanted to share it with you, so maybe you can just try and see if it's not better for you to not drink alcohol. But have a blessed rest of the day and I'll see you right here on my channel next time. Does that make sense?